Hey, welcome back. In this video, we will be discussing about the radio button inputs in HTML. Okay, in case if you do not know what exactly is a radio button, so what you can do, you can go to this particular web page on MDN of the input element basically, and here there is a specific type which is radio. So if we use the input type of radio, then it will create a radio button, something like this. Okay, and as you can see, I am not able to unselect that in this moment. So the input type radio is a radio button allowing a single value to be selected out of multiple choices with the same name value. Okay, and here if you just click on this one, so this page will open, and here we are having some of the other things as well. Okay, and as you can see, this example is a little bit good. So as you can see, we can select from these three values here. So we will create something like this in our code. Okay, all right, so let's do that. So as you can see, I have just commented out the previous code which I had. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just create another paragraph element. Okay, inside of the paragraph, what I will do, I will create the input. Okay, input, and the type will be radio. Okay, hit save. Now if I just go to the browser, as you can see, we are having the radio button, and I can click on it to select that, but there is no way I can uncheck this one. Okay, so what I can do here, I have to put a label. Okay, so this radio inputs should have their proper labels, otherwise it is very confusing to the user, like, hey, what exactly this radio button is for. Okay, so for example, we are inside of a web page or the web application, and we are in the payment section, and there we are having some of the different options, something like cash on delivery, something like PayPal, or something like card, and so on. So let's add the label here. Label for example, it is for card. Okay, and let's do card, and here inside of the input I will add the ID of card. Okay, hit save. Now we are having this particular input. So as you can see, this is nice. Okay, now what I can do, I can just copy paste that bunch of time. So Control C or Shift Alt down arrow, and once again. So for the next one, what I will do, I will do something like PayPal. Okay, so PayPal, and then PayPal. Okay, and PayPal. All right. And here inside of the third one, it will be cash on delivery. So COD. Okay, COD. And here it will be cash on delivery. Okay. All right. So if I just do that, and now if I just go to the browser, as you can see, we are having card, PayPal, or cash on delivery. Okay, so we can select this one, and this one right now, because we haven't connected all three of these radio buttons inside of the group. So how we can connect them? We can connect all of them by using the name attribute. Okay, all right, so let's add a name of card, or that should be the same name for all of the inputs. So let's do something like payment method. Okay, all right, so name should be the payment method. I will copy this one, the name, paste it down here. Okay, and once again paste it down here. All right, so now as you can see inside of the browser, I can select card, or I can select PayPal, or I can select cash on delivery. Okay, so now these radio button inputs are connected. Now let's see what happens when I submit this form. Okay, so if I just submit this form, now as you can see, this thing happens. Okay, if I just go here and just paste it down here. So as you can see here, we are having this one, this name, which is the payment method, and it is saying like, hey, on, but I have selected the cash on delivery, right? So how we can say like, hey, payment method should be the cash on delivery. So if we want to do that, then we have to use the value attribute, something like here, like inside of the option, we have added the value attribute. We have to use the value attribute here as well. So inside of the input here, let's go before the name and add a value. And here I can do card. Okay, all right. Then once again, here value, I can do something like PayPal. Okay. And here inside of the this input, basically I can add the value and I can do something like COD or cash on delivery. Okay, all right. So if I just go here right now and refresh, so let's select PayPal and just submit the form. Okay, now as you can see here, if I just go here inside of the code editor, and here as you can see, it is saying like, hey, payment method, which was the name, it is equals to PayPal. Okay, so it is the value which we have added, right? So in that way we can just have the value attribute, and inside of the backend we can do something about the submission of the form. Okay, so all right, so this is the radio input buttons or the radio inputs in HTML. Okay, so once again, whenever we are having some related options and out of these options we just want to have only one option selected, we can use the radio button and radio button groups, basically the input group, to do that. Okay, all right, so this is the radio button input in HTML.